Hey y'all, welcome back to Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. It's August 17th, 2024, and we're doing our Saturday show and tell and share video for you here. We're at the Meat Bird Production Barn, and our show and tell is going to be actually opening up the items on this pallet or skid. We actually had this more or less drop shipped here. It arrived Monday, so about a week ago. It's been really the first opportunity for us to open it up. So we had an order placed for 25. Is that what we got, Jared? I think 25 of one specific item that we'll use in our poultry operation. So while Jared's working on getting the plastic off of the exterior of that, we just had rain here, so there's some water collected in there, falling down off of there. But while he's finishing that, we'll peek inside the barn. So this is 426 Cornish Rock cross meat chickens. Today's temperatures are about 87 degrees Fahrenheit. They probably want it to be around 80 degrees Fahrenheit max, but they're doing well. They're actually on day 24 in our production schedule, and they're here for 35 days. Going to go to a USDA inspected processor then, and they will be butchered and processed into poultry. So we had shown this skid previously in a video and asked if anybody had any guesses what it is. We had several correct guesses. These are actually live poultry transport crates, and so we ordered them from a place called Stromberg's, and the place I called to order them was actually a store and warehouse in Kentucky, United States of America, and we could have gone there and picked them up, but we decided to let them ship them to us. So that unit right there is going to have to be assembled, but that is a live poultry transport crate that the dimensions are approximately 30 inches by 13 inches by about 21 inches, I think. And we'll show you an example right here. We were already in the building, and maybe y'all saw the crates, but we already have 25 of them. So there's ones that are already assembled, hung up on the wall over there, and that's just how we store them. Here's some of them that are already assembled that we're using for dual purpose. We're actually making a wall there that goes across this doorway so that we can have the big doorways open, and we're in and out of here supervising, so we're not concerned during the daytime about a predator risk for the birds, so we can have that open. But that gives us this, breezeway, and then we've got a cross breezeway too. That's the design of our building. But we had 25 of these already. Jared's getting this one already assembled. We had 25 of these already, and we needed to purchase 25 more because they only hold about 8 finished meat chickens, Cornish Rock cross meat chickens. So there's just a pretty simple assembly procedure there. And what we had previously, 25, was just enough for us to haul about 200 birds. And we've been wanting to do flocks of around 400 birds. So we did need greater capacity to transport them when it's time to take them from here to the processor. We choose to use a USDA inspected processor in order to have the birds butchered and processed into custom poultry cuts. We get some whole chickens, and then we get other packages that are just like all drumsticks or all wings or all chicken thighs, all boneless, skinless chicken breast. And then we also have some of the thighs and drumsticks made into ground chicken patties, and we prefer to get those seasoned. But in order to get all that done, we have to have some way to get the birds from here in the barn up to the processor. And so one option would be to use like a stock trailer and haul your birds loose on the floor, just like they're loose on the floor in their Meat Bird production barn. And then when we would get to the processor with them, we would have to borrow or use crates that they have and load the birds into those. We have found it's easier. Do you agree? We have found it's easier to have our own crates and load them into crates here, take them up, and not have to deal with that at that end with the processor. And then when we take them up there, we end up unloading the crates, and the crates stay there at the processors either until we would come back maybe later that day that we dropped the birds off and get them, or we could let our crates stay at the processors until we pick up our poultry order from them and get our crates then. So I'm glad that we've got these. It'll make it a lot easier with these flocks that are this size, 400 to 425 birds. But that's our preference on what to haul our birds in, these livestock transport crates. So you can see there a chicken transport crate. I'm going to turn the camera, hopefully it'll cooperate with me, but there's your dimensions on it, 30.3 by 21.7 by 13. So that's what we prefer to use to haul the birds, and those were $42 each. So when we got, I think we got 25 of them. When we got 25 of them, I think it brought it to $1,050, and then of course we had state sales tax they added onto it, and I think because of it being a certain quantity or over a certain amount of money on the total, we didn't have a shipping cost on them, and they were can you kind of help me with the right terminology, Jared? They had to like get a freight company to bring them. I think it was Dayton Freight maybe.
Yeah.
So they got the order, and they got a hold of us and kind of let us know when they would be bringing them. But that's even kind of a company that would tend to haul on a semi. So we had to talk with them, and Jared explained to him, you're not going to be able to get a semi in here. So I think they must have brought it on a small truck. One of our sons was here to receive the order, and that was back on Monday. But we've let them set here because they're durable. You know, they can stand up to the elements and the weather to some extent. We wouldn't recommend letting them sit outside, would we, Jared?
No, because the sun will get to the plastic, so we prefer to keep them inside.
Yeah. So we'll have to kind of see if we can fit 25 more on our walls in there. But that was what we wanted to show y'all for Show and Tell and Share Saturday this weekend, is the live poultry transport crates. And so that's a skid of 25 of them, and because they are something that's collapsible and easy to assemble, they were able to haul them just on a skid. Jared, thanks for your help getting that skid unpacked. I'm going to step back into the barn for a few minutes, and thanks. So we'll be getting these assembled over the next week or so, and we'll probably have to figure out a way to put more of them maybe back on that back wall. And we already store the ones that are in use here. We already store them there. So we're going to have to be creative really with our storage, because we're not going to be able to fit all 25 up on the wall space that's left. I don't think all the new 25 that we got. So anyway, but if y'all are ever needing to haul chickens, I'm sure there are a lot of really great alternatives to what we're using, but I can say that with the scale of operation we're doing, which isn't huge, but still we're moving 100 to 400 chickens at one time whenever we do move them, we have found it really helpful to have those crates designed especially for hauling live poultry. So we like those. So that could be a place that you could source them from if you're needing some. It's called Stromberg's. You could just look it up online. We're not getting anything from them for sharing that with you, just telling you where we have purchased our crates. And we've purchased all of our crates through Stromberg's. Everything else that we get for our chickens, we pretty much get through our favorite feed mill locally here, Beverly Feed and Equipment, which is just across the Muskingum River from us. Really, literally like probably 4 or 5 miles from where we live to the physical location of our favorite feed mill, Beverly Feed and Supply. And we work with them, networking with them for pretty much everything in our operation, from the chicks to the feed, to the feeders, to the waters, the bedding. We really are really fortunate to have a local, well-established feed mill that has access to a great feed company, has access to companies for supplies, and who will work with us on all these components that are part of our meat bird operation. But we did find with the crates, our best option turned out to be Stromberg's, and I think they have lots of locations. But like I said, when we called them, I was talking to a store that has a physical store and a warehouse in Kentucky. Can't quite remember the city, but you can look up Stromberg's online, STROMB as in boy, ERG''S, I think. And they have all kinds of poultry supplies. I didn't look beyond poultry to see if they have supplies for other species of livestock and other farm operations, but possibly, I don't know, but they do have a lot of poultry supplies. And I think they also have chicks and live birds and birds other than chickens too. So we are seeing in the flock a little bit of response to temperature. As I mentioned, we're in the high 80s. I'm sure that's about 7 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than these birds want to be at day 24 in production. Remember, we go by like day 1, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, day 7, 90, day 14, 85, day 21, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And when we're getting to day 28, they really don't want it to be warmer than 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So with us about 87, they're really not happy with that. So we typically will see in meat birds those coping mechanisms of the panting and the resting and the holding the wings away from the body and trying to position themselves wherever they can feel coolest. So we are seeing the birds show those coping mechanisms, but we're also seeing them coping well with the temperature as it is. Great to see them go into water. We feel like as long as we keep them hydrated when they're experiencing heat, they're going to usually be able to get through it. And the other great thing is the design of this building. We do have this cross ventilation and these cross breezeways happening. We've got air movement north to south. We've also got air movement east to west. And we don't at this point really have any strong sunlight hitting the floor space that the birds are on. So they're coping well. We do also have several fans on. I believe we have 4 on currently. And I may just go ahead and add one here directly right after we're done recording this. But if you have any questions about those crates, put them in comments. Also, if you have other go-to methods for hauling your poultry, put that in comments. We love to hear your feedback. We love to hear the different ideas. This is a great community that's fun and vibrant where we can share those ideas. As I said, we have hauled chickens loose in an enclosed stock trailer. Of course, there's openings for air to move through, but we have hauled chickens loose on the floor in the stock trailers, and that works too. But like I said, for what we're trying to accomplish with these, when we need to load them up into crates and be able to unload those crates, and the birds need to stay in crates in a waiting area at the processors. So for us, it works out better to have the poultry transport crates, be able to deal with the loading them into crates one time, or any kind of loading. Like if we don't have crates, we got to load them onto the trailer and then load them into crates when we get to the processor. So this way we can just do that loading into crates right here out of their familiar surroundings, and then we can put the crates in either an enclosed livestock trailer or on like a flatbed utility trailer or in the bed of a pickup truck, and make sure they're fastened in, strapped in safely, and we can haul them to the processor that way. And then when we get there, we can just offload the crates, and it really is a better situation all the way around. So as I said, though, it'd be cool to know if you have an alternative to that, and we'd love to read about it. While we're here, if y'all haven't subscribed, please do. We had a goal when we started our channel in February of 23 to reach 1,000 plus subscribers, and just this summer, just this month, August 2024, we did. And we also have been able to become part of the YouTube Partner Program. So YouTube gave us the ability to offer memberships. So if y'all want to check out the memberships on our channel, press the join button and scroll through that information, and you would have access to some members only posts, members only shorts, members only videos. You know, kind of read the descriptions because it depends on which category you select. But consider that, please, because that's a way to support our video content projects and our on-farm work, continuing to produce wholesome, delicious food. So thanks so much, y'all, for joining us. This has been Saturday Show and Tell and Share on Twin Oaks Farm Poultry, and we hope that you'll join us again for more videos on the day-to-day routine of raising our meat birds. And we also feature Watch It Later Wednesday every Wednesday. So check it out, and thanks for your time and effort supporting our channel. We greatly appreciate it.